You are now listening to Talk Your Jits podcast.
Welcome back to the Talk Your Jits podcast. This podcast is, as the name implies, all about jiu-jitsu. I'm your host, Lamar Smith. And today's guest is a blue belt who trains at Bears Den Grappling, located in Wyandotte, Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, Katie Preece. Come on.
Hi.
There we go. Hello.
Hey. Thanks for inviting me on your podcast.
Oh, not a problem, man. I'm happy. I happy you responded. Because I was like, I was looking for guests, and I just started shooting messages out there. So, all right. So, well, let's get the ball rolling. If you want to introduce yourself again, by all means, go ahead and let's hear about your jiu-jitsu journey.
Yeah, well, my name's Katie Preece. I'm a blue belt. I've been training since 2015. Trained at a lot of different academies throughout Michigan. Right now, I train at Bears Den in Wyandotte. It's close to my house. I love the little family there. It's a six-blade affiliation. But yeah, I love jiu-jitsu. I started Ganja Grappler, which we did start outdoors, but it's a submission-only event. It's cannabis infused, and we have a blast with it.
Awesome. I remember seeing something about Ganja Grappling and whatnot, and I was like, I think I was gonna go to the last event, but I forgot what happened. But so how did that get started?
Yeah, so when COVID kind of like closed all the gyms, we were like, man, we got to train. So we took the mats, and we went outside, and we were training like beside the water and nature, and we were really just digging it. And I started to bring edibles, and people kind of like started to come out of the cannabis closet, and it's like, oh, really? Like, you use cannabis when you train too? Like, oh, you think weed makes you better? Like, me too, So yeah, so we started to do that kind of thing, and then as I'm a single mom, and I always wanted to compete in like high rollers because I've always used cannabis to enhance my performance. And I just thought like, well, I'm not going to be going to Vegas anytime soon. So we decided to like start our own cannabis infused jiu-jitsu club. And, that's what we did. So that's how Ganja Grappler was born.
And how long has this been going?
Yeah, so we started in 2021. So this will actually be our fourth season. Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. So what's different between, obviously, besides cannabis and whatnot. So what would be like the difference between like that versus something like Grappling Industries or
so it's there's no points in Ganja Grappler. It's submission only. It is a 6 or 7 minute match. We kind of tried it both ways. I think right now we've got a 6 minute match, submission only. And we just have a lot of fun with it. We always eat afterwards. It's a very like friendly competition. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we get competitive, but it's really cool because we have competitors traveling from all over. Right now on the next card, January 6th, I've got someone coming from a black belt coming from Florida. I've got people coming from Indiana, North Dakota, Ohio.
Wow.
So it's really exciting that we have like this high level competition traveling to Michigan to show off, and I'm stoked about it. It's been really cool, and it feels really special. Like when I get to send a rash guard to a state that like hasn't legalized cannabis yet. Like I sent one off to North Dakota the other day, and I was like, I felt kind of like Superwoman, because it was just like, it means so much more. Like it means so much more. I've been like really involved in legalization in Michigan, and for over a decade, I actually collected signatures to legalize cannabis here in Michigan. So, I've seen how it's helped people. I understand the medicinal value of the plant, and I don't believe that anybody should ever be in prison for a plant, So I fought against, prohibition of cannabis for a long time, or to end the prohibition of cannabis. And we've just made like such great strides. So it just makes me so happy to be doing what I'm passionate about, like jujitsu and, destigmatizing cannabis in general. And yeah, so I'm excited about it. I'm excited to be like living my dream.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, and I guess the fun thing about that is, minus like the whole cannabis thing, it's one of those like I would say like marijuana and jujitsu kind of go hand in hand.
Right.
So it's a lot of people use it, including myself, and I mean it may not like enhance my skills, but it definitely put me in a mindset that I am that it has enhanced what I've been doing. So
Right.
yeah,
Well,
so
I mean, you use it like to pregame, or like maybe you feel like it enhances your performance, or it gets you into like that flow state, or maybe use it for like afterwards with your recovery, or to like help with pain instead of like
definitely
really toxic pharmaceuticals. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, there's different. It doesn't always have to be like you use it. Use it before. It's, in general, being able to like use something that's natural and being able to make your own choice with your body about what you're going to do with it, about how you're going to handle it, so.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Now, do you compete in ganja grappling?
I do. I do compete in ganja grappler. That was one of the things about it. Like, as I said, like I'm a single mom and I take care of my kids, and I'm so busy with that. And I like didn't see myself going off to Vegas anytime to compete. So it's really cool that we have it, that people will come to me to compete with me. So I get some really cool high level competitors, from surrounding states that come here, and I always compete. Absolutely. I love it.
Nice. You're a little scrappy little blue belt, huh?
Yep. I always compete, and it's fun. Right now I think we've gotten some good girls coming from Chicago. Right now we've got a blue belt coming from North Dakota. But yeah, I'm excited. And ganja grappler always is really good with like a female turnout. I don't know if it's just because I'm a female or what, but as you know, like jujitsu is a male dominated sport. So I always get really excited when we get like a pretty good amount of girls that sign up for ganja grappler. So it's pretty awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that was gonna be my next question. Was it difficult to start something like this with, obviously being a female in a predominant, sport, and also being like, I would say a lower rank, as a blue belt.
Right.
A lot of people look at blue belts as varsity white belts. So it's like, it's not much, like what do you guys know? But yeah,
Right.
was it difficult getting this started?
I definitely did face that, like, because actually, like, I was like an 8-year white belt. Like, I just got my blue belt because I just started like staying at one place, So, yeah, I think a lot of people did look at me like, well, who is she to be doing this? Like, she's a girl and she's a white belt, So
Right.
absolutely. But since I really like made jujitsu part of me, I realized that like I would have to, right, to get your black belt, you got to become a white belt forever, right? And I just became okay with that, and it's okay, I just kind of stopped caring what everybody thought, and decided that I was going to make it happen. And I think my mindset was like the most powerful thing that like helped determine my success with ganja grappling. Absolutely. That I was just like determined to make it happen. And I knew that I had like this little niche in the cannabis industry that even with the market going down and the value in cannabis, going down so much and all these businesses closing, that like this was something that wasn't going to go anywhere, So, and I definitely am so grateful for like the support and the encouragement that I've gotten from the community and from like the followers and fellow ganja grapplers, So that's really what's kept me going.
Yeah, that's cool. I think it's just, it will just be another reason to compete, because it's not too many tournaments to begin with that's in Michigan besides like Grappling Industries. I think Naga comes here maybe once or twice, but yeah, but just for something that's I'm not gonna say it's small, but it's not like big as of like as Naga, but just to see that it's taken off the way that it is pretty amazing.
Absolutely.
So,
I've never ran one paid ad. It's all been word of mouth and, just people telling their friends how much fun they had. So I'm really happy about that. Very happy.
yeah, I mean it's a breath of fresh air, to be honest with you. Because a lot of big tournaments to me, as much as I love competing, it's just some things are just not organized right. It's always like chaotic, and it just seems like it's just you're there forever. Granted, they have like a kids division and a gi and no gi, but it's like you're there for like 6 or 7 hours just sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah.
Versus something like this where it's like, okay, I can go in, get my match, have fun, and leave.
We try to make it really
perfect.
fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more about like friends and like it's a big party, you know what I mean? Like we do jujitsu, but we always eat. This next Ganja Grappler coming up is actually going to be catered. We're going to have Mexican food. We're going to have tacos. We're going to have a street corn flan. Of course, everything will have like an infused option as well. So that's always cool, but
wow.
We have a lot of fun with it. And, that's one thing I think that like differentiates jujitsu, like the sport of jujitsu from a lot of other sports is like the love we have for like our fellow competitor. And I really like how like Ganja Grappler highlights that as well, and it's just that kind of thing, and when people are like, yeah, Grappling Industries is coming up, but like I'd rather do Ganja Grappler. I'm like, oh my gosh, my heart just melted. So yeah, I just couldn't be happier about it. And another thing that I will mention is when I started Ganja Grappler, right? It was just like a part-time hobby, and it's always just been a seasonal thing. We've always just done it in the summer. But in 2024, I'm actually taking on Ganja Grappler as a full-time gig.
Nice.
So I have the goal of doing, like 10 to 12 events throughout 2024. We're going to be traveling to California. We're going to be taking Ganja Grappler to Ohio, maybe even Kentucky, which is where I am right now.
Okay.
So I'm just so excited. We just have so much support all over the country. It has national recognition, and I couldn't be more excited about that. So
that's amazing.
On, full time.
That's amazing. Cause I know I was talking to you about it when you told me that you you ran Ganja Grappling. And I was like, oh, I was actually gonna sign up for the January card, but I'm on the sideline because my doctor said, they want to make sure that I heal up properly before I go back out there and compete. So I was like, all right, I guess. So, but I definitely would try to. I know we're gonna try to make it to that one and check it out and see the all the amazing work that you've put in. Because like I said, from these, like I said, I haven't seen no advertisement. I just seen it pop up on Instagram one day. And I was like, and then like my training partner, he was like, "Oh man, this might be a good fit for you for competing." And he doesn't even do jujitsu. He just so I was like, "Oh, jujitsu. He knows I like jujitsu, so he told me about it." And then I think that's when I took notice to it. But yeah, it's spreading like wildfire, and that's amazing.
And I've had a lot of people come to me, like small business owners. How did you do it? What, and it's not like one simple answer, but I do have a system. I have a course. If anybody's interested, it's called The Game Plan. And I actually just wrote a little book, a little ebook. It's called The Magic of Mindset. And it's a 30-day challenge to shift your mindset for success. So that's available for free on my website, Claim Prosperity, if anybody is interested in shifting their mindset for success. And there's also resources and tools available to learn how to build an online business from scratch, and make money with it. So there's that.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, I would definitely have to check that out. So like, how did you keep yourself like from being discouraged? Because I know it wasn't like an easy, like, hey, I'm gonna start this, click, 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 surprise is there. So how did that work out?
I think it's just like, it's like the mindset, the jujitsu mindset kind of thing, right? It's like when you really like dedicate to like your life to jujitsu, or like, you know, like jujitsu is going to be a part of your life until you die, you know, like when you make that decision, you know that like nothing's mastered overnight, you know what I mean? So it's just like you keep trying, you keep coming back for more, you keep coming back to get better every single time. And it's not necessarily knowing that you're like good at it right away what keeps you going, but knowing that like you always are getting better at it, you know, it's always getting better. So like it keeps growing and it's doing so great. And like I said, there's never been one paid ad for Conjure Grappler, nothing. It's just because people come and they have fun and they enjoy themselves and they tell their friends about it. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Jiu-Jitsu is definitely one of the best like communities as far as martial arts that I've seen. Just going off of your example, with this podcast, I was like, I wanted to start one, but I didn't exactly know what I wanted to do. So I was like, I'll gears it towards jiu-jitsu. And I just put it out there to see who would want to be a guest. And, boom, I'm getting, from white belts to, high ranking black belts that comes on the show. And they're more excited to talk about jiu-jitsu more than anything else. Like, they're taking time out their busy schedules to come on the show and do it. And they're just be so excited. I'm getting messages every day, like, are we still on for blah, 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 blah? And I'm like, yeah, man, sure. So yeah, this has been fun. I've done over now. I hit the 100 episodes last season.
I was gonna say, you got to 100 episodes.
Yeah, which is crazy because I didn't even realize it until I was done recording for like the second season. Like, I've done enough episodes, I think, for the year. I'm just gonna kick back, and then I was counting. I'm like, oh snap, this is 100 already. That's awesome. Been doing it for a year now, and it's slowly growing, and I'm hoping that I can take this even further than just podcasting. But that's just what that's what just like that jiu-jitsu mindset does for you. Like especially when you apply jiu-jitsu to whatever you're doing, it's like you want to be the best. You want to try to do the best you can in it, and grow and get better every single time. So
right. And like, I love, and I say this to like new people too, like jiu-jitsu teaches you how to stay calm under extreme pressure and find solutions to problems under extreme pressure. So it's just like always, learning how to just like roll with the flow. And, when an obstacle comes, learning how to go around it or go over it. You know what I mean? And that's amazing that you did 100 podcasts in a year. What a milestone for your first year.
Man, I'm telling you. Yeah.
Great.
It was, like I said, it snuck up on me too. So I didn't even realize I did so many.
When did you start training jiu-jitsu?
I started training in 2016. Yep. Okay,
nice.
So it's been about 6 years, 6 and some change that I've been training.
See, look at that. I've been training longer than you. No, I wish you spent more time in the mats than me, but no, it's one of those things. So how long did you train before you realized that like this would be a part of you for like until you die? How long did it take you to know? Oh, did I lose you?
Yep, I'm sorry. One second. Okay, sorry about that. Now, what was your question?
I asked you, like, what point did you know there was like no turning back, like jiu-jitsu had become part of you?
I think it happened. I think I started to realize it early, like, I would say later stage of white belt. But I think what it really happened is when I got my blue belt, and then I became an assistant instructor, like, started with kids class. And then ever since then, I was like, yeah, I think I'm here for a while. I think I'm gonna stick around for a minute. And yeah, it just overtook my life and like instantly after that.
Yeah. Do you why did you start jiu-jitsu? What's your reason for starting jiu-jitsu?
Oh, well, it was kind of one of those things where I always had a love for martial arts since I was a kid. I've tried karate, I tried Muay Thai, MMA, and stuff like that. But I don't know, it just didn't resonate with me like that. So when I ended up, working at this one place, I ended up meeting a friend there. He used to work at this GNC. He's like, yeah, I train jujitsu, blah blah blah, because he was like holding his arm up like this. So we started talking about it, and then he invited me to the gym, and I was like, all right, I give it a shot. Got my butt kicked first day, and then it was just like, all right, I got to figure this out. I got to figure out how this little guy was able to beat me, and I just been hooked ever since.
No.
So, what about you? Like, what got you started?
I would say I definitely started jujitsu because I wanted to learn self-defense, and I think like as a business, as like a woman in like a man's world, and like being out there, being in the cannabis industry, being in business, I was just really kind of sick of being pushed around by guys, and I wanted to know that like I could defend myself, and like I was, I encountered some like really crazy stuff, and then I started to like watch Ronda Rousey, and I'm like, oh, I want to be like Ronda Rousey. And then like when I went to an MMA gym, like I started like jujitsu and Muay Thai, and then I think like my first or second day at Muay Thai, I got hurt, and I was just like, I think jujitsu is a better option for me. This girl did like a double leg takedown on me. I didn't know how to fall, and when I fell, I mean, I'm a big girl. I was like, boom, So I was like, maybe the ground is a safer spot for me. I'll get really good on the ground first. And then it was like, I just.
Oh, man. So I guess it's safe to say like jiu-jitsu is like definitely help you with like your confidence and self-esteem and whatnot.
Absolutely. Jiu-jitsu saved my life before, actually.
Oh yeah, I think everyone can contest that like jiu-jitsu has saved their life in some form of way.
Yeah.
Form of way.
Jiu-jitsu's definitely saved my life before. So it's just one of those things. Like I said, I knew pretty early on it was going to be a part of me forever. Well, here comes one of my kids.
Awesome. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you don't like it. When it takes over your life, you just kind of like accept it right away until you start to think about like when did it actually happen. Like, dang, I didn't realize I was that hooked until just now. Like, when people ask, like, when did it, start? When did you get hooked? And it's like, dang, when did I get hooked? It just seemed like it happened instantly. But yeah, so around blue belt, around my second stripe on my blue belt when I became, I don't think I was striped yet when I became an instructor. But yeah, around time, early blue belt, and it was like, kids class was cool. Then I found myself training 4 or 5 times a week, open mats, and then my wardrobe started to change. It was like jujitsu shirts all over the place. So like now it's like I would rather walk around in like a cool rash guard than anything else.
I know, right? That's funny. The wardrobe and the hashtags follow.
Oh yeah. And it's all I talk about now. It's like no matter what it is, it always comes back to jiu-jitsu somehow. Never fails. Never fails. So do your kids train too?
So I have a 17-year-old and I have a 9-year-old, and my 9-year-old has been really rolling around with me since he's been born. But I just officially started him in jiu-jitsu classes a few months ago, so he's officially gotten into classes. My oldest daughter is not really into it. I'm hoping one day she'll change her mind.
One day. That'd be awesome.
Right now, though, mom's not cool. She tells me I'm not cool all the time. So,
man, she don't understand. You're like the coolest mom in the world now.
Well, one day she'll understand, maybe.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, getting kids into like martial arts. My daughter, we don't have a kids class right now, but she loves training. She loves jiu-jitsu as much as I do.
Your daughter?
Like her, yeah.
How old?
How old? She's 8.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, so great.
Yes, Yeah, she's like, Daddy, are you like she knows the schedule better than I do. Like she'll make sure like it's Wednesday, it's Thursday, it's Tuesday, it's Wednesday, we going to class, we're doing this, we're doing that. Like, yeah, we're going. She grabs a little bag and we're out the door and heading to class together. That's my second, man. I'll even have her teach class sometimes, like doing warm-ups or whatnot. And she just lights it up, man. It's so awesome to see. So awesome to see.
It makes your heart so happy to see your kids doing jiu-jitsu. Oh my god.
Yeah.
One of the best feelings in the world. It really is. I get it.
Man. So you said your son, right?
Yeah, so my son just started training at Pearson officially. Like I said, I've been rolling around with them, and I have my son and my niece are 20 days apart, so they're both 9. They're right at the same age, same size. You know what I mean? So they've been like rolling partners growing up. I have all the mats and everything, of course, in the basement. But yeah, Hunter just officially started the other day. He tapped someone out for the first time, and he was so excited. I got my first tap, Mom. I got my first tap.
How excited was you when you saw that, when you heard that?
It made my heart happy. It was just so cute. It's really awesome to like watch him go and advance. And, when he first started out, like maybe some of the warm up moves he couldn't do all the way, but now he's flying through them, and if you don't watch him, he'll, wrist lock you, or he'll come up behind you.
Oh, dirty little wrist locker.
He's sneaky. So
yeah, it was a tearjerker moment when my daughter put the gi on for the first time, and she did her first class, and it's just like, man, watching one of your kids, watching your kid do something that you fell in love with, and you just like, I'm happy, but it's like, man, if I could have started at your age.
I know, right?
Like how dangerous I'd have been if I started at 8 like she did.
You just keep telling them, like, man, you keep up, you're gonna be the world champion. You're gonna be, it's awesome watching them start from so little. But I didn't find jiu-jitsu until I was like, well, let's see, I'm 37, so almost 37. So yeah, then my late 20s, I guess. I don't know.
I think I just turned 30. Yeah, just turned 30. And I think I started training maybe like a month after. After my 30th birthday. So yeah, if I would have found it sooner, that'd have been awesome. But hey, I found it when I was supposed to find it. I look at it like that.
Absolutely. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, definitely. So, you said what?
I just said it found you when it was supposed to.
Yeah, and I'm happy. I'm happy it did. It was one of those things where it's like once I started to realize like the benefits of it, how much it made, how better it made me feel, throughout the day. It's just like I'll be sitting at home, like I'm like, man, I want to roll right now. Like I want to hit the mats or something like that. And it's like, yeah, I'm hooked. So.
You ever see that meme where it's like someone's got like a roll of mats? Like, what are you bringing to the barbecue? And you're like, I'm bringing the mats.
Like, I got my mats. It's like, don't threaten me with a good time. I wish I had family that did jiu-jitsu or like kind of understood it, but because I don't have I hang out with my family, but it's like, we will have conversation, but it's like I'll be sitting there like I don't have nothing to talk about. Like I don't have nothing to talk about with you guys, but yeah, I would definitely pull up to the cookout with bats just to see if anybody will roll with me.
Well, it was one of those things where it was like I was talking for years about like jiu-jitsu and it's the greatest thing ever and everyone needs to do jiu-jitsu. Just over the last couple of years, I've had a lot of like even like my cousins, like their kids, like they're starting to put their kids in jiu-jitsu, and I'm seeing all these family members starting jiu-jitsu, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is great. It's
finally.
Yeah, like finally. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to convince my cousins and stuff to put their kids into it. Maybe one day. So whatever happens, what happens. But yeah, like I said, my daughter does it. She loves it. What her watching me get like my purple, brown, and black belt, and she's like so excited. She's like, I want my next belt, Daddy. I was like, yeah. I was like, you keep coming to class and doing what you're doing, you'll get that next belt. So Yeah, once we get our kids class back structured, yeah, I think she'll be testing soon because we were supposed to test her a couple like last month before we unfortunately had to shut our school down, and then we was in the process of finding a new spot to train at, so we're just kind of back in that rebuild process right now. So
where are you located again? What city are you in?
I'm in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay, you're in Detroit. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of Detroit.
Yeah, so we're not too far from each other. So we got a spot that we partnered with this gentleman named Kurt at his place called Boombox. It's located in Ferndale.
Okay.
Real cool guy. He's he did jujitsu, but he kind of like focused on other martial arts. So linked up with him and it was like, hey, we got a jiu-jitsu program we trying to keep running, and we're just looking for a place that we can partner up. And he was instantly like, yeah, sure, come on. He's like, it's just so happened I was about to shut down my grappling program, so y'all kind of like fell right in place. So he was like, okay, cool. So yeah, we got that spot, and then I partnered up with another guy out in Garden City, their place called the Martial Yard. It's kind of like a super center for martial arts because they got like kickboxing, boxing, wrestling, now grappling. And they got a full fitness center there. So it's like, partner up with him to start their jiu-jitsu program there. So yeah, we're, like I said, we rebuilding now, but we definitely excited to see what the next year holds with both schools.
Absolutely.
Get some people, get some bodies, and get it growing, and maybe partner up with Ganja Grappling and get some tournaments going. You
have to have us come out. I'm hoping to maybe go to Belle Isle this year. Detroit. I think that would be a cool one. So far we've just kind of like have a contract with Lake Erie Metro Park, or a partnership with them rather, and we've been going to the park to the metro parks right there, Lake Erie Metro Park, which is really nice, right there on the shores of Lake Erie, kind of like a stoner's paradise. But I'd really love to like move it a little closer into the city, so that's definitely on the agenda for 2024. Absolutely. And
I'm really excited to hear that. I'm really excited to hear that how well is flourishing.
Yeah, me too. I feel sometimes it is me like pinch myself. Like, no. It's really happening.
I'm saying it's really happening. It's really happening. Because because I think where was I about to go with this? Because you helped. I know there was one last year that you guys did, and we were like eager to go, but I forgot what happened. And then like, the one you guys got coming up in January, me and my training partner was like, well, since you ain't doing grappling industries, we going to Ganja Grappling. I'm like, all right.
We still need that black belt match.
I'm trying to convince him to do it because we both got our black belts, but I don't know if I know he was talking about competing, but I don't know when.
I need a Michigan belt to go against this guy from Florida.
I'm gonna have to talk. I'm gonna talk to him about it and see.
Find someone.
Yeah, definitely.
To get some smoke. I said he's coming a long way for this smoke, man.
I know, right? It's about time we get out there. I guess it's just with the transition from us trying to find new locations, we like really never like got a chance to like sit down and figure out what we want to do personally with jiu-jitsu. I know I've been talking about competing a lot. I want to do at least 5 to 6 tournaments in 2024. So I'm going to be busy. I'm going to keep busy, stay busy, and we're going to do what we got to do next year.
Nice. Excited to hear it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Katie. Well, we got a staple here on Talk Your Jits podcast. We ask everybody that comes on the show. I know you've been around for a little bit, so I know that this list probably done changed a lot. But your top 3 people you would love to get a chance to roll with.
Oh man, I've met so many really cool people in jiu-jitsu. Do I have anybody that I like haven't met that I really would like to meet? Gosh, that's a great question. I mean, wow. Well, like I said, when I started, I was like, oh, I want to be like Ronda Rousey. So like that would be cool. You know, I've never met Ronda Rousey. I would love to roll with her though. I would say that probably could be one of them. You know, aside from that, I mean, I don't know. Like I've always been a really huge Joe Rogan fan. I love it, you know. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I got one more. We got I don't know.
I mean, if you can't think of three, then you know I usually just say three people.
Yeah.
Because we'll be here all day.
I'll roll with whoever wants to roll with me. Come on.
Gotcha. But yeah, I mean, unless you got any other questions for me, I know we talked a lot about ganja grappling. That's going to be taking off next year. But yeah, if you got anything else you would like to add, like to say, you know, the floor is all yours.
Oh, I just really appreciate you asking me to come on your podcast and helping me share the excitement around Ganja Grappler. And I'm excited to see you in person. I hope to see you at January 6th event. Even if you want to just come be a spectator, that'd be cool. We'd love to have you. We're going to have a fun time. And, you know, anybody that's interested in competing and getting on the card for one of the Ganja Grapplers in 2024, you can go to ganjagrappler.com to register as a competitor or a spectator. And yeah, just looking forward to like really great 2024. And, you know, I appreciate all the support and love.
Yeah, check her out. You know, like I said, Ganja Grappling is, you know, you can find it on every, you know, Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. I'll definitely spread the word. Not sure if this episode gonna be out by the 6th, but yeah, if you guys want to sign up for future tournaments and stuff, yeah, look, this is the best time to do it. Get out there, have fun, and roll with some like-minded people, and then continue to grow as a practitioner and grow as this jiu-jitsu family.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me. I hope you have a fantastic week and a Happy New Year.
Same to you. All right, that's the end of today's episode. I would like to thank Katie one more time for coming on and sharing her jiu-jitsu knowledge and experience with us. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please go and follow our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram page to stay up to date on all future episodes. This has been Talk Your Jits Podcast. Keep rolling, keep grinding, and remember, long live jiu-jitsu. Have a great day.